also wish your plants to be like this, the string of heart? So join the gang. I have two varieties, string of heart variegata and string of heart silver. Trust me guys, the plant has died. Like I have struggled a lot with this plant, and finally I have cracked the grow and the condition which it needed. So that's the reason I want to share that experience with you. One thing is that the plant remains tough or difficult unless and until you know about the plant. So knowledge is the key to get your plant growing.
Open your eyes. Now you see me guys. This plant, until I understood, I have killed 5 plants, and then I have learned my lesson, which I am going to share with you. So one of the most important cause of its death is overwatering or watering. I are not mindful of watering, you are going to lose this plant the way I have lost. If you don't have this kind of bottle, you can use any hazel in it. Use that. Do not spray the water on the stem. That's the number one prevention. You have to start immediately. You have to start doing it. Stop watering on the leaves. Stop watering on the stem. It should be watered only on the surface of the soil. This is number one. Number two, avoid watering daily or 10 days or 15 days. This rule doesn't fit on this plant. I have kept it in the drier side. More dried it was, more growth it has kicked off. Just, if you see, the leaves are very thick, right? It's a succulent variety. So watering, if no water is always better than over watering for this plant. So if you are able to stop your temptation of watering it, you will give the life to this plant. When it is completely will be dried out, complete, then I water this plant, and that too with the nozzle only on the surface of the soil. By mistake also, I do not spray anything on my leaves. Now, beautiful pink variegation will come if the plant is getting nice sunlight. Try to find out the spot in the eastern side of your house or in north and east side of your balcony, because there the sunlight will be not very scorching sunlight. It will be cool sunlight, and 2 to 3 hours of sunlight if it gets, definitely this is going to thrive with color, with variegation very beautifully. If you don't have any window in your east or north side, suppose if you have a balcony in the south, okay, so not in the starting of the balcony but towards the end of the balcony where the sun will come little late, there you can keep this plant. You can hang it, you can find out the spot where it is getting some indirect bright light. So make a video on that. That will be very helpful to understand what is indirect sunlight or what is bright light, how you can get the bright light, how you can identify the spot for bright light. That video you please definitely watch and subscribe to my channel. So once you are giving more the bright light to this plant, the pink hue will come very beautifully. Just see, I don't know if I can show you the real beauty of this plant. Talk about the soil. Always make sure that do not use, what I have found is whenever I have repotted or potted this plant in the garden soil, this did not survive, because in the garden soil the aeration for the root will be very minimal. So do not use garden soil. If you have garden soil, please amend it by adding more of this kind of coconut husk or perlite or little bit of cactus soil by yourself, by adding sand, perlite, like it should be chunky soil, so that it adds a coconut husk. Now this you have to be very careful. You have to wash it thoroughly because it has lots of salt in it, which you need to wash off from it and kept it. It should be something moisture retaining, but it should not clog water. When soil is airy, if your soil is well drained, then your half of the problem will be resolved for a string of heart. So be very mindful when you are using the soil, right? I will use the combination of this cactus soil mix, which has sand, 1 part sand, 1 part perlite, 1 part cinder, 1 part, and rest of the part your coconut husk and your cocoa peat. So add some of the fertilizer. In the fertilizer, NPK will be good fertilizer for this plant, but I also use bone meal and DAP. This is very small, right? For this 4 to 5 seeds of DAP should be enough, and half a spoon of bone meal should be enough while preparing the soil. What I have selected for this, a beautiful hanging basket. Make sure that your pot for any kind of string of heart, it should not be very deep because the roots are very shallow and you need something which has a small depth. Not a bigger pot, then root will rot because of overwatering. Though I'm tempting to shift this in this pretty basket, but let's take a chance and repot. Wish me good luck, guys, and be with me.
It's time to repot my string of heart using new soil, amended soil, and new home to this.
We're gonna keep it low key, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy in your company with no emotion, 'cause my love deserves to be free. I never wanna look at a house in the garden, I never wanna lock you down. I know you're not mine, it's just my turn, but we can still have fun for now. You told me you don't really do commitment, trust me, consider your message received. When you said you couldn't take us too seriously, I must admit I was relieved, 'cause I never wanna play happy families with you.
For sunlight, it is hanged away from the balcony where it receives indirect bright light in my balcony. If you are scared of complete repotting, then do a propagation.
this plant has nodes everywhere. Wherever leaves are coming, there are nodes. You have to just 3-4 pieces you cut, okay, spread in the soil. Just on top of it, cocoa peat, very washed one, thoroughly washed cocoa peat. You can top it up and spray the water. This is how you can propagate it. You can also propagate it in the water. Take the node, at least 4 to 5 nodes should be dipping in the water. That also is a very easy way to propagate your plant. That's all for today. I hope you have loved my plant. Which variety of string of heart you like, please do write in the comment section box. My favorite is the pink one, the variegated version of string of heart. Bye bye, guys. See you soon.
Open your eyes. Now you see